That's so lame. We got this sound effects CD. We were looking for a motorcycle and all we found was a midget mating call, and that's meant to be it. Well, you know what that signals? It signals that it's time.
Dum, 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 dum.
In last week's episode, our heroes deciphered a strange and uninteresting message from the planet Apathea from the no-dose beings, who pleaded for help in stopping the spread of apathy across the universe, or something quite like that. We rejoin our heroes in a bar on the outskirts of reality, vainly searching for some semblance of a credible plot.
So, what if the giant squid then takes the egg beater and...
No, that's way too predictable.
Well, perhaps I could rig up a random events generator.
Before Vlad could finish his thought, a series of rough young dolphins entered the room. They were the toughest dolphins I'd ever seen, standing upright in leather jackets and steel-capped fins.
I don't like the look of those dolphins, Napoleon.
These are the infamous motorcycle dolphins. They've terrorized the wharf bars for years. Now, luckily, we experimented on a few in the gulags, and I can decipher what they're saying.
What did he say, Vlad?
He says your mother tins fish.
Gee, I don't like... well, it's kind of uncanny that he knew.
The big one with the knife wants us to follow them.
Sure enough, the King Flipper was motioning out the door, where he and a pod of his droogs tied us to the back of their motorbikes. We arrived at their hideout, and were tied to chairs. Finally, the real villains of our piece entered.
Okay, nice work, Flipper. We'll deal with them from here.
Scary Condrasso, the blandest cats on commercial radio. What do you want with us?
We hear you're trying to stop the apathy.
How do you know, and what's it to you anyway?
We tune into FBI occasionally to keep up with what's hip and steal a few ideas. All right.
All right. And if you stop the apathy, people will stop listening to commercial radio shows and start actually worrying about what's going on in the world, instead of waiting for classic shits and latest memories, where we give away 12,000 brain cells every 6 seconds. Whoa! All right.
What are you going to do with this?
Drosso, plug them into the playlister.
No, anything but the playlister.
What's the playlister?
It's a hideously evil machine that fills its victims' heads with a predictable rotation of formulaic pop hits till... No, it's too hideous.
Till what, Vlad?
Until your heads expand to triple their size with giganticism every 10 minutes.
And our brains explode.
Into 12,000 pieces.
You must be criminally insane, Scary.
I haven't taken my medicinal enema, Drosso.
All right. They violently strapped on headphones, and immediately a tinny medley of Shania Twat and Delta Goodcum tortured our ears. I pleaded with the dolphins, but they just laughed as they sipped their salmon daiquiris. Just then, an unrelated scenario from a completely different radio play entered the room.
Berent, you can't sell Tara. She's all we have.
Frankly, my dear, I'd rather have you against the wall with a warm duck and a banana daiquiri.
Oh, Missy Scarlet, them soldiers is coming, and I can't birth me no babies.
Quick, Scarlet O'Hallet, into the space pod.
Luckily, dolphins are pretty dumb, and the unrelated radio play gave Vlad enough time to...
blend the molecular structure of the PA with the restraining ropes and hence weaken them to the point that... there we go.
Quickly, Vlad. We don't have much time, and these dolphins are losing interest.
Vlad managed to free us, and we were almost out the door and down the denouement when suddenly...
Not so fast, my lucky listeners. Let's see you get out of this one.
All right. Before us stood the most evil, insidious, cantankerous, hideous, diabolical, catastrophic, heinous, really, really kind of scary monster-like creature thingy that anybody, everywhere, ever had to deal with.
We'll never get past that.
Oh no! It's
And what is that violent, diabolical, catastrophic, heinous, gauche and rather mauve-like creature, listeners? Well, if you think you know what it is, and would like a bit of a co-writing hand and credit on this piece of unmitigated bilge, well, just like Ed did last week, give FBI a call and make your contribution. So call now on 8332-2999. That number again,
83322999.
Yes. And if you ring up and we use your idea, then we'll give you a free double pass to the Friend in Hand Bardflies gig next Tuesday night. So tell us why we're here, what we're up against, where, how, why, and oh Christ, I feel apathetic.
He means it, kids. Call us now for
Can I have my $20 now, please?
a free double pass to Bardflies next week at the Friend in Hand in Glebe. And give us a clue. Where does the case of the missing narrative go next? You've been listening to the Case of the Missing Narrative, written by Benito Di Fonzo and Ed, who rang in last week, featuring Tug Dumbly, Benito Di Fonzo, Regina Botros, and Christa Hughes. That number again, 83322999 for a free pass to
All right.
somewhere.
You may see
Thank you so much to David from Palm Beach, who called us with a suggestion for the next episode of the Case of the Missing Narrative. Apparently the hideous monster was actually Rove McManus, and that giant sphincter yields a rather large turd, a blonde poo, and we'll take it from there. Thank you, Dave. Thank you very much. You'll be going to Bardflies for free next week. It's only $3, so that's one hell of a privilege. You're listening to FBI.